Scott Lane here again, and our walk around the expo hall here at Citrix Energy San Francisco 2011 brings us to the Intel booth, and that's where Paul Carvin, our software engineer for Intel, joins us. Thanks for joining us, Paul.
Oh, thank you.
I guess the big question here, obviously it looks like you have a Zen client demo set up basically, and I guess these are intelligent PCs. Why do you guys call these business machines intelligent clients?
Okay, so years ago, as you know, Intel was all in the business of building bigger and faster processors. About 5 years ago, we transitioned to a platform company, and we started adding technologies and features besides just increasing the processing speed. One of those families of technologies we call vPro, which has features for manageability, for virtualization, for security. And these features give you a better experience and enable more capabilities in the virtualized world. So a good example of that is with the vPro capability and our new second generation Intel Core vPro processors, we've added the virtualization technology, virtualization extensions, and virtualized I/O. And this is the ability to pass a device, such as a graphics device, to a VM to give you a better experience in the VM. And I can demonstrate that.
Let's take a look at that. That's actually why we get such rich graphics performance on Zen Client, right?
That's exactly right. And so this is Citrix Zen Client 1.0 Service Pack 1 running on our second generation Intel Core vPro processor. As you know, our newest processors have integrated graphics. The GPU is actually built into the chips or into the CPU, and we are able, with our virtualization directed I/O technology, to pass that device into a VM. So I've created 5 VMs here. One of these is a Windows 7 VM, and it has, I have passed the graphics device to that VM. I'm running high definition graphics. I'm running Windows 3D Aero is turned on, and I'm running StarCraft 2, which is a video game that is pretty intensive on the graphics.
Now, we got to see that video game. I'm sure there's some gamers watching Citrix TV that would be interested in that.
So
there we go.
There it is. So as you can see, this is all running inside a VM, all on this client. It's not server-based. It's all virtualized desktop. I don't think you can get this quality of graphics running on any other virtualized product that I'm aware of. There is no discrete video card in this machine. It is all the integrated graphics being passed through to the VM. So.
Very good. And earlier you were telling me about some of the additional Intel vPro technologies like KVM, where literally you can take remote control of this machine?
That's correct. So I can take control across the network. Now KVM, keyboard video mouse, is not that new of a technology, but in the past it was all software based, and it relied on the machine having an agent installed on the client, and the OS had to be up and running. We have baked in the KVM solution into our chipset, so we can actually take control of a machine and connect to it out of band. When the machine is turned off, the machine could be crashed and sitting at a blue screen of death. We can power the machine up, we can go into BIOS, make changes. In the case of Citrix Zen Client, we can actually go look at the hypervisor, and there is no VNC agent installed on the hypervisor yet. We can still connect to it and see it. So let me just show you that.
We're going to take a look down here at the laptop here. This is where you're going to take control of the... So you're just using a VNC client, or a VNC receiver, basically.
That's correct. I'm
there you go.
A VNC client on my console machine. The VNC server is actually built into the chipset, into the hardware on the client machine. And that's baked in. Basically, Intel has a license agreement with VNC, and that's been done. If you buy one of these new machines, you have that capability built in. So what's really cool is, obviously, I've made the connection, and you can see the high-definition graphics is even passed through to the VNC viewer. And also, I can actually see the hypervisor on my Zen client, which is pretty remarkable.
Very important thing to note for customers that are considering a Type 1 hypervisor like Zen Client on a mobile device for remote support.
There is no way to manage the hypervisor unless you do a desk side visit and actually sit down. But with this capability, you can do it across the network and connect to any machine.
So we've been talking a lot about, Zen client, offline VDI basically. Let me ask you a question. How do hosted VDI solutions like Zen app or Zen desktop VDI, hosted desktops, how do they benefit when the client is an intelligent PC like this?
Okay, so again, with our integrated graphics processor, Zen Client VDI can actually detect that the endpoint has that integrated graphics processor and offload the decoding and the painting of the graphics to the client and let it do it. And it takes a load off of the server, gives the user a richer experience because the rendering is all done locally, and basically get HDX graphics on a VDI client as well. So.
Very good. Well, Paul, thank you very much. Appreciate the demo. Paul Carbon here with an impressive demo, seeing a little bit of gaming fun here at the Intel booth at Citrix Synergy San Francisco.